Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Gosh, awesome, awesome. I am going to be talking with Sayler Shiningstar. So excited for her to pop on in a moment. We're going to invite you to something pretty spectacular, pretty amazing. We're super, super excited about it. Everything's changed. Let's just put it that way. Everything has shifted. So how does it get any better than that? Oh my gosh. And here's Sailor coming on right now. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you and everybody
Right?
else. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
And I am so grateful to start off my morning with you. Anytime I can start my morning off with you, I tell you. Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
I love that you have the massage tables and stuff behind you there. That room is one of my favorite rooms in your house.
Yes, it was the office this morning instead of the deck, which would be lovely. And Chris is out there having breakfast, so I
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't be in here.
Yeah, well, and also it reminds
Yeah.
me of all of the yum that can happen on those massage tables.
Yes, they're magical. What happens on them is magical. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah. We've
bodies,
had
happy
plenty of that.
bodies.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh.
So, gosh, so yes, I told them, Sailor, the only thing I said so far is everything's changed. Everything's changed.
Oh. Yes, yes. I was talking about that to a friend and said, the Fantastical Creatures class was asking for this and some other things in the future, and all of a sudden we did a 90-degree turn,
I think
and
it
it
was more like
was
spin
yeah.
and turn, like upside down, like when you're in space and there's no gravity and something kind of knocks you and you're like going and going, except it's our choices that are having us move in one direction or not.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's awesome. And we're
Yeah.
actually in the driver's seat and not at the effect of all of that. But man, yeah, so we're actually with this video, we're inviting all of you, whoever is watching now and in the future, to something pretty amazing, pretty spectacular. And it's the
Oh, there
shift
we
that
go.
Sailor's talking about with our fantastical creatures classes. Hola, Manuela, ¿cómo estás de Chicago? What? Chi-Town.
Yes, Chicagoland.
We might be adding Chicago, so let's see. What would it take?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sailor.
there's
So,
Tekla. Hi,
oh,
Tekla.
I don't see Tekla. I see
She
some people
she
and not others. I think we're both seeing different pieces. That's great. So, what happened, Sailor? Like, break it down
what
for us. What shifted?
what happened? So, fantastical creatures which came in with a roar. I want to be out in the world. I want all the beings, seen and unseen, to be acknowledged. Come play with us. Hi, Allison. Come play with us. And um, 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 so yeah, we were doing some lives, and then all of a sudden, it wanted to be. Actually, we were doing online, and all of a sudden, it said in a very big way, "I want to be live. We want to be live." And boom, we must have, and we'll mention these later. We must have a dozen places on the docket right now of where we're traveling in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. So how much fun and yeah, yeah. And so this is the first invitation to come join us for those things. I wanted to say that when Fantastical Creatures was created, I got this really hard ping instead of the F for fantastical, PH for something different. Because Siris and I are always bringing something different. One never knows what's going to come out of our mouths.
True story.
Yeah. Or what topics want to be brought up. And we follow the energy. We play, we follow the energy, we play, which makes it not only fun for you all, well, I don't know, maybe it's really edgy for you all, but it makes it a lot of fun for us. So the
Yeah.
pH came out, and the pH partly. Um, so, but City Scout was like the Phantom of the Opera. So the unknown, the
Behind the
mystical,
curtain.
Yeah. So what, and what curtains can we pull aside to let others see, and for us to see who we truly are and all
Mm.
our gifts, and we bring so many. And then there was the pH, so that it wasn't being misconstrued as us following along with the Fantastical Creatures movie,
Yeah, the
which I
Fantastical Beasts,
love.
I think, and with Harry
Fantastical
Potter and
Beasts.
yeah, J.K.
Yeah,
Rowling. Phenomenal.
yeah.
We're
It
talking about
was.
something different.
Yes, very different. And how different can we be? How different can you be? Yes, lots of fun. Um, and we're also including in some of it art for our
Yes,
artsy fartsy creative folk.
which there's quite a bit of them. I mean, Chicago represent right now, like all of my artist friends in Chicago. It's amazing, and all over the world. We're really blessed with that. So it's been a journey. We basically have like about a dozen or so cities that we're going to be visiting, and we're doing anywhere from like 2 hour to 1 day to 3 day classes on different topics. We're going to be available for private sessions before and after the classes, depending on the city. But it's one of those things where it's all about us actually acknowledging all of the seen and unseen energies around us and within us that we have at our disposal that we can play with. And this is a journey that Sailor and I have been on for years. So we're playing with a lot of
Mhm.
different energies. um, it's been really, really cool to continue to like look at all these new places, and each time we add a city to the docket, it's like completely shifts the tour. So we're calling it a
Yeah.
Fantastical Creature Tour, and it very much is. And the horses are kind of leading the way. There's no kind of about it. Like this morning, Sailor and I woke up and we're like, the horses are here energetically, and they're like, please mention us. And so, hi, ponies. We're mentioning you,
Yes.
honeys. Thank you for your contribution.
All the ponies all over the world, they want to play. Yeah, yeah.
And at the
Hey,
same
Jamie
time,
Joy.
like
Hi,
they're the
Vivian.
leaders of all of the other creatures. Like so they're here, and yet it's not like it's just the horses that are here as well. We have peacocks, and we have chickens, and we have unicorns, and we have phoenixes, and we have pegasi. We're talking about there was a snake energy we were
Yeah.
talking about the other day. Goblins and trolls were in our first intro call, and that was super
Yeah.
fun. Um, Really unexpected things are showing up, and us actually looking at ways in which we can play with these energies without any judgment of ourselves or anyone else,
Yeah.
and in a way that's actually really expansive and fun for our bodies.
And I've got in my ears, I have trees, insects. Yeah, let's not forget anybody. Yeah,
Yes,
they
the
want to
trees are
play.
huge. I mean, some of these
Yeah.
locations that
Hi,
we're gonna
Carla.
be at is hi honey, hi Carla. Some of these locations we're gonna be at, that's a big part of us choosing them is the nature. And us contributing to the earth in those places and contributing to the cities in those places and the people and the bodies. And it's just really not cutting any of that out, any of those energies out of the equation.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, girl. That's Carla. I don't know if you can see Carla's comments or
I
not.
can't. Hey, 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 yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And hi, Vivian. Hey, Jamie Joy.
And
So,
Carla
yeah.
being here
So,
reminds me of the kids, Sailor. You want to talk about the kids?
yes, yes. So, you know, Carla too. Um, Siris and I play with kids. I've been in the classroom. She's been in the classroom and not necessarily in the classroom, but doing various things with children. As she is a speech language pathologist and behavioral specialist. Hey, Leslie. And and I've been a Waldorf teacher and early childhood teacher and played with kids up to adults. We still play as kids as adults. Anyway, so life changes. There's so many things that happen, and so one of the classes we're doing is empowering our children for the shape shifting through all the changes in life. So what can we play with, and how much fun can we have, including our children? Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And are your children tugging at your sleeve to come play with us?
They often do that. They like energy because the things are actually have help them have happy parents. Because your kids want you to be happy and have more fun too. That's what I've seen at
Yes.
least.
Yes.
But that gets
Yeah.
into some of the topics. We have like topics all over the place. So we're starting off with horses as guides. And so actually letting the horses guide our awareness and our lives and contribute to our bodies. And that's in St. Louis. That's the first city. Hey, St. Louis,
It
Missouri in the house.
is.
And so we're going to start our
Yes.
tour off there. Sailor, did you want to talk more about like what is in that first launch class?
The horses as guides. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Um, hmm. So I'm going to ask, because a lot of how I work, and Cities does too, but a lot of how I work is with through the energy. And some of you may notice that sometimes I'm quiet on the calls. It's not because I don't have things to say, it's because it's coming through other than verbally.
Yeah. And then she kind of sends it
And
to my head, and then I'm like the mouthpiece sometimes. But it's actually her that's saying stuff. How many of you have people like that in your life?
I do, Cities.
I did
And fortunately we have others, and yeah, so and probably many of you on the that are watching right now, because I
Yeah.
have some really dear friends on
You
here,
all
and that
know.
we have
You
that.
know who you are. Mwah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the horses as guides, we're actually going to be on a farm uh, with the horses. We'll be in with the horses. We will be communing with them. Communing with them is we'll breathe with them. And there's such, even just speaking of it, my body goes into this, oh, yes, bliss. Ah, yeah. I grew up with that. I love it. And I go back to there in a heartbeat. And speaking of heartbeats, we will also listen to the heartbeat, the horse's heartbeat, and our bodies will entrain with that. Being with the horses actually shifts what our bodies are doing. Yeah, Carla. Yes, breathing with the horses. Hi, Angela Rose.
You're thinking, hey, well, I didn't grow up with horses. Like, is this for me? It absolutely is, because I did not grow up with horses. I maybe would go and ride horses in Wisconsin like once a year, once every couple of years with my siblings and my family. And later on, over the course of my lifetime, that's when I started finding out that my grandfather had horses and he raced them, but it was not a part of my childhood at all. And yet it's absolutely something that's been contributing to me in a more conscious way in the last couple of years. And so these classes are for everyone, the people who have been raised with horses and been playing with fantastical creature energies, and those who are kind of like, it brings up some discomfort, some like, I'm not so sure. There's something here for me, and yet, whoa, what is that? Yeah, let's neigh with
Yeah,
them, Angela.
yeah. Yes.
That's what I do
Well,
with the
and
kiddos.
on the farm we'll be playing on has miniatures all the way up to a half Clydesdale cross,
So big and beautiful.
whose head is is long as my torso and my head. He's huge.
That's
He's
about right.
huge
Yeah, from what I
and
remember.
gentle. Yeah. So and we have peacocks there, and there are dogs there, and lots of fun critters that come in and out. We might even be, I'm trying to think if that's the time of the year where the snapping turtles are moving back and forth from creek to pond. And so lots of critters, lots of creatures.
And those are the ones that we see. And we'll
We
also be
see, yeah.
inviting all of the ones that are unseen to play with us as well, and the ones that maybe have in your life. So you can tote your animals with you to the class live. That first class is, as of right now, live only. We're looking at seeing it being online as well. But then we're going to go to Charleston and do intro to shamanic journeying. And then we're going to be in Savannah, and we're going to have family and money. Can they coexist? And then we're going to have
Yeah.
some other classes. Man, we're looking at Phoenix right now. We're gonna be in France in November, in Marseille. 7 days of classes in France, including access consciousness body process classes. We're gonna do some excursions all over the
Yeah.
beautiful area in the southern part of France. If that is singing to your body like it's singing to mine, or in your own special way, come and play. I mean, I'm not gonna list all of them, honestly, because we keep adding to the list. We're looking at adding Brazil and San Diego as well, Chicago. And so,
Utah.
yeah, we're having
Yeah.
Utah, Salt Lake City. So there's a lot of possibilities here, and we're gonna go on
Portland.
this tour for as long as we're gonna go on this tour in Austin. You know, like
Yes. Yes.
we were even getting the ping to check in with my New Zealand and Australia folks and see if they want to be at the in the tour. Right now we have classes through from July 20th, which is where the Horses as Guide starts us off in St. Louis, all the way through November 13th. So you're gonna get to check out some stuff. We have some spaces in September and October, and then we might be hosting some other folks as well as part of our tour so that it's not only going to be Sayler and me facilitating classes, we're also going to be inviting some other people to play. So it keeps morphing and evolving, and we're just rolling with it. Like, I recently interviewed Listen Benson, Allison Cox, and Armina Bridgman on my show, Choosing a Different Future.
Oh,
And that show is called Let Go or Be Dragged. And that's
yes.
kind of how we're rolling with
Yes.
this. It's actually not kind of. That's exactly how we're rolling with this. We're letting the horses lead the way, and letting go of control and just seeing what shows up. So, yeah. And then the class that we're looking at for empowering children our kids to shapeshift through life changes is going to be in North Carolina. And we're seeing which city in North Carolina it's going to be in. That's still up for grabs right now. There's a couple people that we're talking to about that. And what else
Yeah.
is possible? Just
Yeah. Yeah. And we have a group or a class in Portland.
wake up the
About
sleeping giants, the giants.
wake up the giants, and I will be up in Portland with the giant trees. Oh, the energy of the tree! I can just feel the energy of the trees. Wow.
Now, here's the thing.
Oh.
Like we mentioned, so the first class as of right now is the only class that is, it's like the bookends. Like the first class is live only as of right now, but then the rest of them, if you can't make it live, we're going to be streaming it. So you can tap into the energy and be with us online through Zoom, and
Yes.
we'll show you how to do that. We'll connect you, and so you can still play even if you can't travel to every single one of these classes. You can pick and choose which topic sings to you, and all of them, with a few exceptions, most of them are under $100 for the 2 or 4 hour classes. The 1 day and 3 day are more than that, as you can imagine, as you can get why that would be. And it's just going to be so much fun. So there's a lot of little tasty morsels for you to play around with. And we even have some classes on dating and having your fantastical voice with that. So if you're thinking of some other topics, let us know what topics you would like that maybe we haven't even considered yet. For
Oh
those of you
yes.
that were in our intro, the elegance of being a fantastical creature, and you were such a huge contribution to us with that. Thank you. You know who you are. It was an amazing intro call. And that's also available still for you guys to play around with, and you can receive that. Just message us if you would like a copy of that intro. The that call opened up the door for all of this shifting. So for each of you that were on there live and that got the replay later, thank you for that, because holy
Yeah.
cow, it's totally invited us to choose more and to create more in the world. So thank you.
Yeah, because I've been pushing shamanism away for quite a few years now. It's been poking me again. Come play, come play, come play. It's like, not yet, not quite. And after that call, I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're incorporating so many different energies. We have the shamanic, we have theta healing, we have access consciousness, we have Reiki, we have, gosh, so
Breath.
many different things.
Yeah.
Breath,
Breath work.
Tantra,
Yeah.
artwork and body work, a
Thai
lot of,
healing.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So that's just a few of them to give you an idea. And there's this piece of the creatures and the animals and the bodies and nature in all of them in some way. And so we invite
Yes.
you to check in and the landing page for all of this. You can see it as we're continuing to add more and more cities and topics and classes. You can just go to empoweringlightlanguage.com/fantastical creature tour and make sure you spell fantastical with a PH,
PH.
not an
Yes.
F.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we'll pop that in there. We'll pop that in this group for y'all as well. But yeah, let us know what you would like to see and if you're interested in participating live or in person and what you know about this that maybe you haven't acknowledged yet.
Yes.
Mm.
And something keeps pinging, and so these classes, many of them are going to be translated into other
Oh,
languages.
that's right. Hello.
Yes. Yes. So we have some teams coming in place. We have one team firmly in place in France with a
Mm-hmm.
couple of very wonderful women and their magical creatures that they play with. And what else is
Yeah, we're
possible?
looking at Portuguese and Italian and Spanish. And yeah, let's see if you would like it in your language. Let's gather creeple.
Ooh.
Ooh, we might need to market that. That's patent that. People and creatures together. Creeple.
Creeple.
That might be a
the
topic for another one.
the fantastical creeples we be.
I love it. This is the other thing is that it's all these melding of energies. It's really about having all of them and not cutting out any of them. So that's what kept happening in our elegance of being a fantastical creature. It was these merging of energies instead